The Church of England has seen various transformations since its inception during the reigns of King Henry VIII, Elizabeth I, and so on, and Edward. But in the in the mid-19th century, the Anglican Communion was created, and 42 Anglican churches have been incorporated into that communion, with the Archbishop of Canterbury at Lambeth Palace as the first among equals. So it has a sort of, its format mirrors rather more the format of the Orthodox churches, with a patriarch, rather than the Church of Rome with a pope that is a supreme head. So the problem really with the Anglican Communion is that it's such a broad church, and there are those on the one hand who are extremely Bible-based, and there are those on the other who are far more based on the original Church of Rome, and who are much more inclined to accept the authority of the bishops. The people who threaten today to break away are those who are focused on a Bible-based belief system that they feel that the Archbishop of Canterbury has now broken, with even the mealy-mouthed acceptance of gay people into the Church of England, into the Anglican Communion, with a blessing as opposed to a marriage. A blessing that, incidentally, he has said he doesn't personally want to perform. He's gone out of his way to try and avoid a fracture, and he's walked straight into it. And I don't think he comes out with any dignity or any grace at all. His attempts to keep both sides together have upset the gay community, and his failure to hold back the more liberal acceptance has frustrated the more conservative community. So he's kept nobody happy. And of course he was part of that little group with Andrea Leadsom, who was militating against gay marriage being put through the British Parliament. And Andrea Leadsom, if you recall, was the lady who went through the lobbies twice, once for yes and once for no. Just extraordinary behaviour. And I think the conservative provinces, their obsession with a Bible-based belief system, they're wrong in the way that they interpret the Bible. They simply haven't looked at it as closely as they should have done. They have allowed prejudice and existing laws to dictate their interpretation. And I urge them to look at my own video on the subject. I will put a link to it at the bottom of this. I mean, should I be commenting on this? Possibly not. It's not my church. But I think that the primary purpose of the Christian mission is to welcome people and to be kind, not to be exclusive. And Christ in the Bible is shown welcoming everybody, even those who not only have been excluded from society, but those who are not even Jewish, those who are beyond the religious parameters of the society in which he was living. Remember the soldier, the centurion, who asks for Jesus to cure his servant. That indeed has often been cited as a story about a gay relationship. And Jesus is ready to go, but the centurion says that he is not worthy to have the Lord under his own roof. And by the time he gets home, the servant is cured. And this is somebody who is not part of that religious tradition. So Jesus' example is to go beyond the rule. I think that example should be noted by the conservative clerics, the 10 archbishops, the 2 breakaway conservative provinces in the US and Brazil, all of whom are opposed to blessing or marrying gay couples. I would also say grow up. But as I say, not my religious tradition. Who am I to speak?